It's time for another update into the incredible game that is Skylanders Swap Force. I was having a conversation with Activision's Mike Stout and he told me a few things about the game. When talking about how much of a challenge it is to make, he said it's challenging for sure, especially since we're supporting all the other characters too. It turns out every character will be able to jump, not just the Swap Force set. They're also of course getting a massive graphical boost. He even said that there's a lot of playable characters, it's probably a world record. It seems that the Swap Force set takes the abilities of both halves. For example, with Magnet Charge, the top half has a magnet ability and uses his arm as a gun. The lower half determines things like speed, or rocket shoes depending on the Swap Force character it is. So when you swap them around, you'll get the abilities of the top and bottom halves combined, depending on what two sections you choose. This means you'll be able to create some truly devastating Skylanders. Another bit of info that I found out is that it's still uncertain as to how many Skylanders will be released on launch, so you'll probably have to wait a bit for some of them. But that won't be too much of an issue, hopefully. Interestingly, I found out how the story works. The story is worked on for the whole development time, but it's not finished until about 5 to 6 months before the game ships out. That's why you don't hear about the story until very late in the development process. A lot of things can and probably will change in the 5 to 6 months before shipping, which is about 2 to 3 months before the game is actually finished. With that said, apparently every game is different when it comes to the story. This is just how Activision works. Apparently in the game, we visit a new place in Skylands called Cloudbreak Islands. This means we'll get to see a lot of new characters and some returning favourites. Hopefully we'll get to see Persephone again. If so, there will be time for music and for dancing. When it comes to Swap Force zones, it's the legs which give you the powers, so the legs are what's required when it comes to doing special abilities in secret areas, which I think is a nice touch. The portal it seems is changing because the Swap Force characters won't work with the old one, probably because they're too complex. It seems that no one in the company actually wants to force people to buy new portals, but alas, what must be done must be done. With that said, the new portal is amazing looking, and hopefully it'll stop people from using the Skylanders while still in the box. I wanted to know exactly what it is Mike Stout does when working on the game. His response was, I provide guidance on the design, I review designs and give feedback and help them solve any problem that come up. Sometimes they'll send me designs and ask questions, or sometimes I'll notice something and we'll talk about it. I also watch the user tests and help solve issues that come up in those. As of right now, there's nothing to confirm that there will be a 3DS version, so it'll be interesting to see if there is another version or not. But, as usual, if I find out that there is or isn't, you will too. I asked Mike if he knew anything about the rumours about the Crash Bandicoot poster in the Skylanders development office. He said, that Crash poster was from a cancelled Crash game from a really long time ago. I never saw the game in action, it was before my time, so I don't know any details about what it was about. It could be from a cancelled Crash game, or could it mean that Activision was originally planning to use Crash as a promotional mascot instead of Spyro? We may never know. Come on Activision, bring back the orange marsupial for Skylanders. Some information popped up online recently which could be quite interesting. It seems that apparently there's going to be a Skylanders version of Monopoly. I called dibs on buying Flynn's ship, and finally I had to ask the most important question of them all. Do you fear Chaos's Waddle of Doom?
Bow down to my Waddle of Doom!
His response? I fear it so much that I filled my pants full of evil. Good answer, Mike. Chaos is one terrifying guy. So, that's all from me for now. I'll be back to bring you more news when I hear it. If you enjoyed the video, it would be nice of you to subscribe, but either way, I hope you're having a terrific day. See ya!